But just a little bit, I'm not mean, but if I offend you, then too bad. And a couple of other things. I hope you're gonna get a couple of laughs. I'm a 19 years old, college student, first time performing stand-up. So, all right, so if everybody's ready, I would like to please silence, and then I will be getting ready to begin.
Shut up, guitars.
All right, so I just had a quick question. If anybody else noticed this, the coat check, right? Coat checks are amazing here. They're under the bar. I thought it was kind of weird. What about you? Another thing, right? So I was thinking about how I was gonna start my show today. I'm like, should I come off with a good joke or should I tell a story? So I'm gonna tell a story about my dick, right? But the funny part is it's too long. So you know, I have another good one for you. Here you go. So I'm gonna be generous tonight, since everybody came out to see me. I'm gonna get free rounds of water for everybody. So you go to the bartender, get a couple of free rounds of water. But that's the dumb shit that my stepdad wanted me to say, so I'm not gonna make that a joke. Now, I'm here to talk about some family issues that are very touching to me, okay? Now, maybe if they weren't so touchy, they wouldn't have so many babies. Now, you know the show Hoarders? You know the show where everybody had the dirty rooms and everything? Well, my aunt was actually called to be on the Hoarders show, but when she joined the show, they changed the name of Hoarders to Whores. So, you know, I have a mom and dad side of the family. You know, my mom's side I'm going to talk about in a little bit. But my dad's side, he is very discreet. Let me tell you that. He is very good at playing games. Me and him have been playing hide and seek for 19 years. Only good part is, I haven't found him yet. So, you know, family dinners, right? We all love them. You always have the people in the family that does some stuff that a lot of people aren't really happy for. So let's just say my cousins. So I have the males. There are either three things. They're going to jail, they're getting arrested, or they're getting out of jail. I have the women. They're either having babies, about to have babies, or are popping it to make some babies. How many of y'all popping out there? Y'all popping it? I see you. Mom, how do you think I came up? So, you know, I have an uncle, right? Now, here's the funny part about my uncle. He's a DJ. I know that's great. He plays music. But you know how most DJs start off by saying, where's the party at, right? Well, his first question is it on one floor? He's handicapped. He can't get up 2 steps. He's also a stay-at-home dad. You know, it's kind of weird, stay-at-home dads. But his kids always say the same thing. I want daddy's grilled cheese. I said, well, what's daddy's grilled cheese? They said that's when daddy puts a piece of meat in between the cheese and the bread. I said, that's not the only meat he's putting down. Apparently, he has 6 kids. So, you know, my great-grandmother, right? Bless her soul, she passed away. But she had a couple of funny things that she said that stuck with me. So the first thing is, you know how you get punished, right? Usually you get slapped, punched, you know. My grandmother didn't do that. What she did is she got a table, right? She put you under the table, took the 4 chairs and pushed them in. If you cried, she slapped you. If you moaned, she slapped you. If you moved the chair, she slapped you and kept you under there an hour longer. Now, one day I came over. I said, Grandma, what's that? She said, it's a fly swatter. I said, wow. I said, you have that many flies in here? She said, no. I said, so what is it for? She said, your cousins. Now, my grandmother had Alzheimer's. I know we know that's a very sad disease, but it was one time that I do not forget. I'm over her house one day. Everybody was at a wedding. I stayed home with her, and we're sitting there, and this is all I saw. Get him, baby. Get him. I'm like, what are we getting? She said, you don't see all them roaches? I said, whoa. I started stomping along with her. I didn't know what she saw. Next second later, she said, hey, look back there. You see that? You see that, right? I said, what's that, Grandma? She said, it's 3 masked men in the back. They have knives. They're coming towards you. Can you go check it out? I'm all right. Then it got to a third one. Now, this is when it really scared me. She said, honey, why are you talking to me from the top of the stairs? You're not supposed to be up there. Tia, get back in your case. Remind you, Tia is my mom. The doll, she named Tia and said it was at the top of the steps. Now, yet again, what she asked you to do? Go check that out. I don't think so. Now, that's the great grandmother. Now, my mom's mom, my grandmother, she's very fun, you know. We always have dinner at her house. So while we're sitting at the table, there'll be another little table on the table, and they'll have some roaches there. They'll be eating right along with us. Now, have you ever been to somebody's house, they invite you for dinner, and you bring your own food? Well, if not, then you better meet my grandmother, because every time you go to dinner for her, she has no food on the table. We say, well, where's the food at? You didn't bring anything? No? Oh, well, then I guess we ain't having dinner. I invited you, that means you bring food too. Now, it's time to talk a little bit about me. I've talked about my family, but now it's time to bring me into it, right? So let's just say I started from the bottom, and I'm still there. Now, I know you're looking at me and you're saying, how old am I, right? I'm 19, right? So we're gonna run this little story by you. It was the day before Thanksgiving. Me and my mom are in ShopRite. She's on one side of ShopRite. I'm on the other side. It's very busy. People running all over the place. I notice all the security guards are coming to me. All of the customers are looking at me. And out of nowhere, I hear a Code Adam. And I said, oh my goodness, somebody lost their kid, Code Adam. I start looking around to see if I can find the kid. I heard the description. Yeah, we have a Code Adam. Code Adam. Alright, it's gonna be an African-American child, about 10 to 12 years old. White sneakers, tan pants, and a green shirt. And I start looking around, I'm like, wow, he looks just like me. But I noticed the Code Adam was for me. I said, wait, where are you taking me? We're taking you to customer service, young man. We're gonna find your mommy. I'm 19, what are you putting out a Code Adam for? Now, we all have that one friend that every time you say you want to go out somewhere, they say, oh man, I gotta get something to wear, right? Well, I have a friend named Keisha. You know the thing about Keisha? Keisha only has 2 outfits. So every time she said, let me find out what I'm gonna wear, I'm like, well, you wore that today, so you only got one other outfit to choose. Now, you know what you're thinking, I have some crazy friends. Well, I do. I have a friend named Tony, right? He swears he's driving a Bentley. Every time he drives around, he's like, oh yeah, I ride low on my Bentley. He's really driving to beat the fuck up, you know? Now, another great thing about Tony is the fact that he has a car that doesn't really start. So you know when you go to start your car, it goes, when he starts up his car, it goes, what the fuck, meaning, why the fuck are you driving me, you know? Now, one day, I don't know how many of you guys are famous with the skating rink on the boulevard. It's called Jam Skating Rink. Alright, you guys know that skating rink, right? It's very ratchet. Let's just say that. So, they have something called Glow in the Dark Night. Now, Glow in the Dark is when they cut all the lights off. They play party music, right? You be like, all that good stuff, right? But it's 3 things that happen in Glow in the Dark. It gets dark, that's first of all. Second of all, the girls get a little freaky. And the third part is, you can't see anybody, right? Now, here's the crazy part. I'm sitting there, and a girl just comes right up dancing. She gotta be about 12 years old. And she's like, oh, back it up. And I said, no. I might look your age, but if you touch me, I go to jail. Now, one quick thing. You might not believe it, but I do Old Navy security. I stop shoplifters all day long, right? This is actually not a joke, this is actually true. But we stopped one lady at Old Navy in Atlantic City. Now I know what you're thinking, wow, this must have really stuck to you. Well, it did. She was Indian, right? She was about 95 years old. But when we stopped her, it was the funniest part. So she didn't speak very much English. We got her back to the office and we asked her a question. We said, do you know why you're back here? She said, I'm sorry. I said, do you speak any English? I sorry. I said, okay, so we'll have to try to work with her, try to figure out what she's gonna say. So she got on her knees. Now watch as I do this and watch what she did. And you tell me what you would do in this situation, right? She got on her knees and she said, Hashimalayali, Hashimalayali, Hashimalayali. So I said, oh, so maybe in her language, Hashimalayali means something. So I said, wait, does that mean she wants to give me a blowjob? So I looked down, unzipped my pants and said, Ashimali Ali. But I guess that's not what she was thinking when she was getting taken away in handcuffs, you know. So just, you know, real quick. How many of you guys, after getting drunk and everything, gonna go home, have some great sex tonight? Let me hear you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know why you saying it. You got a little dick. But you know, thank you for having me out here tonight. This is great fun. So hopefully you see me. You know, I'm trying to go around the world with this. So thank you very much. You guys are great.